What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be going over some Duelyst games that I played recently. It's pretty exciting stuff. I got a really great comeback in there too, so stay tuned. So the first thing is like just an introduction of the game if you don't know about it. It's like a card turn-based game that involves strategy, a little bit of RNG as in every game. And I'm liking it a lot. I used to play it years ago, but I'm like coming back into it. I'm doing decently. They got a lot of new cards and everything, so make sure to check that out. And I'll probably be doing like some of these each day, even streaming this game as well. So first, I'm gonna go over the deck. I run the Magmar deck, which is like very powerful mid and late game. So we have the dampening wave, which stops counterattacks, which can be pretty useful, so you don't take damage and you can like preserve your monster and whatnot. Got some smaller monsters in there, so that they're easy to pump out in the early game, so you can like gain advantage of the field and the crystals and whatnot. And some other stuff. Got some healers in there. You got the dispel card. I think you should have that, at least one or two of those in each deck, because that can help you get away from provokes, or you can like negate ranged attackers or really strong foes. You got this card that powers up allies. You got another card that powers up based on how much damage your general is taking. You got a range card. You got this stun card that's going to come in handy in a few of these matches. This is like one of the best cards in the faction deck. It gets 1/1 growth each turn. Then they have stuff like this that has rebirth, and this is a game changer card right here that it converts your cards in your hand into like legendary cards. And then this is just like a buffer type ally right there. Displacement, so you can get away from provokes, you can move them across the field, or really big helpful card right there. And then you have this card that it changes the field tile for you so that you get growth on it 1/1. You got a provoke enemy, a rush card that can be used for late game comeback, so like dealing the final blow or taking out an enemy. This card is really useful. Another provoke card, really high HP, and it gains attack when it's attacked. And then we have this black hole card, which like kills everything that's under 3, which is very good when you're versing Abyssian or Venturian decks or whatever. And one of my favorite cards that does like so much damage. I won so many games with this card, just because you can buff them so much. And this EMP card, which is like my new favorite. It can be a double-edged sword, but it's pretty helpful. So when you're building a deck, it's gonna be trial and error. You can't just have one deck and you're like, oh, this is perfect. You're always gonna have to like make additions to it and whatnot, to make your deck more versatile. Going off with the first game versus the Lionar, the healer type general. So I got a decent hand, I would say. It's better for like 3rd and 4th turns, but this is pretty good. So I just pop her out and deal some damage, and she like automatically strikes it down, so I can't gain that crystal as easily next turn. But then I don't have anything that's like really great, so I'm just gonna put that right there to take the crystal away from her so she won't get it. And maybe she attacks it and takes 6 damage, which she did, so that was pretty cool. And then she gets out her ranged, so I'm like, I gotta like take care of that thing. So I just boost up my general, and then I just take that thing out, because you don't want to deal with range, because you can't counter attack the range unless you have a ranged minion out. Then I get my favorite, my ghost right there, that deals the most damage, but I won't need it until like 3 turns. I won't be able to use it, so I might actually swap it out. But then she puts down her provoke, so I just attack it to get rid of it, get some damage on it. And then I bring out this guy who can hopefully get me something good. I got some decent cards. And then she just heals her minion, so I'm like, okay, my damage did nothing now. Then I put out, oh no, I just go to try to kill it now. And this guy, I think if you put a minion around him, they get one attack and 1 defense, so that's pretty cool. No, any minion you summon that turn gets 1+1 and provoke, so that's pretty decent. But then she puts down her build, which takes, these are like a new card since I've played, years ago. They can take up to 1, 2, or 3 turns to turn into something else, and it can't be dispelled. So So you have to like attack it to death. You can't like dispel it or just, you can probably just move it around and stuff, but you can't dispel it. Like you can't stop it from building unless you just destroy it. So yeah, she's building something dangerous over there. So I try to get over there. I know I can't attack it because it's too far away, but I'm like building up my forces. I have some good cards in my hands. Pull out a heal so I can get closer to her, and I'll summon another minion, which helps if I have another growth person, but I don't have any more growth minions. So she's pumping out, and her things gets built. Now any minion she puts next to it just turns into one of those guardians now, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is the problem, but I still think I can win. So I pump out this guy, I get my range going, I take out that guy, which is a good trade for me, but then I did the okay, so my audio kind of failed at this point for some reason. I don't know if I reached the limit or whatever, so I gotta record this over. So what I was saying, I took out the enemy, which is a good trade for me, but then I failed because I got too comfortable. I got too close to the enemy, and you don't want to do that versus any deck really, because they can always just power up, you know, and just take you out with like a 20 attack or something. So that's like lesson number 2, is just don't get too comfortable, because the game can change in the blink of an eye. You need to like stay a reasonable distance away from your enemy so they can't like, you know, KO you. So this next fight was pretty quick. I get out my build guy, and this is like a new card. It takes 1, 2, or 3 turns to build into something else. As you just seen in the last video. I popped it out early, and I'm like, okay, I'm feeling pretty good. He does have the strong golem, but then I dampened him, so he can't attack me back. So I can just attack him, and you know, without taking damage. So what he did now is I also popped down my growth guy down there. So he sacrificed this guy. He could have attacked the statue first to try to take it out, but you know, it doesn't matter that much because he did get his sand up, and I think every time the enemy summons a minion, he gets another minion on that little that tile. Then I pop up my provoke guy, and I was able to get him early because I gained the other mana crystal over there, but then he dispelled it, so you know, he still has a lot of HP I can use. So he summons that wind dervish, the statue, and then he summons another guy, but then he's like, oh, he saw my 10-10 guy, he was like, okay, I can't really handle this, so he just quit. So you gotta make sure to make your turns count. He probably could have still won, but he just like gave up early. But you always want to gain mana crystals because that can help you get out your monsters, you know, 1 turn faster, which is a big difference. And this is the game where you'll see it's pretty cool. So I'm liking my hand. I got a lot of I got my growth monsters, you know, second turn, big turn. So he pops out his provoke guy. I'm like, okay. So I pop up my growth guy back there because I don't want him taking any damage or, you know, running into anything crazy. So I just keep him safe back there, and I gain the other mana crystal just so my enemy won't get it. He pops out his range guy, and then what you want to do when you see a range guy, you really want to take them out or dispel them, because you can't counterattack a ranged minion unless that minion is being attacked has ranged. So he can just chip away at me. So I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? I go up here. I don't attack this guy because I'm like, I don't really need to. I was gonna save it, and then I just pop out my dispel guy, and his ranged guy is like only close combat now, so he can't really, you know, pop out at me. But now he summons this unicorn, and like the game is in his favor right now, since he has, you know, 3 monsters on the field. He has provoke, he has, you know, he get a lot going on. So I'm like, okay, what can I do with this? So I just take out his minion that has provoke, I summon my growth guy, and I summon my range guy, my own range guy in the back, so he can't be taking damage, he can't take him out. So then he summons his provoke guy, and I'm like, okay. But he did have to do this move right here, which was to sacrifice his stronger minion for my weaker minion. But you know, he only had 1 HP left, so I was gonna do that next turn. So you know, it's kind of even trade. So I'll pop out my guy, and I'm able to take out his provoke guy and still preserve all my minions. Then I do a little cheap shot at his general. You know, every bit of damage counts. You got to get the damage where you can. And I pop out another growth guy. So now you see the game just changed again. Is in my favor. First it was in my favor, then it was his favor, then now it's in my favor again. The game changes a lot. You gotta you know, you can always make a comeback. You can always, you know, things change real fast. So you gotta, you know, stay up to snuff. I'm pumping up my general, and I see his 5/5 guy. I'm like, that guy's gonna be a pain, as you'll see, like coming up in like 6 turns. But I just leave him to his own side, and I go to my own side so I can get my army up. And then right here, he pops out this card, which gives 8 attack and 8 defense every turn. I'm like, what the heck? Yo, I need to get one of those cards. So now I'm in a really bad predicament, because like in 3 turns, that thing is gonna be like too strong. So I'm just trying to run over here, get my little army going. Hopefully, I'm trying to power up my general as well. So hopefully 1 turn I can just maybe do like a 1 turn, you know, do 20 damage, take out his whole general if he gets too comfortable, because that does happen. as you can see in my other video, that other match. So I'm getting my army together. I'm like, okay, I need to start saving up some cards as well, because you don't want your hand to be empty, especially with that new card that's only 3. And it changes your minions into, you know, legendary cards. That could be a game changer. And I was kind of banking on trying to get one of those, so I'm trying to save cards in my hand so I can have a lot of options. I think it's like at least 10 or 12 legendary cards that you can get from that minion. But yeah, then that happened. So he's pretty prone, so I'm trying to run, and I'm running out of space on the field. So I'm like, okay, maybe he gets too cocky, and next turn I can take him out. So I'm powering up my general, and plus I have this rush card as well. So I'm like, I'm trying to just, you know, throw out some little decoy monsters and whatnot, power up my general, get a decent amount of attack. I'm like, okay, I can still win this. The opponent can still mess up. So he takes out one of my minions, he brings his army closer. He summons more strong minions, and he keeps getting like 1-1 with that Windwalker that gives every enemy, every minion, ally minion around you 1 attack and 1 defense every time you move next to him. Then I get this stun card though. I'm like, okay, this can help me win. I just need 1 turn, wait for him to get real cocky. Plus I got this card, which anytime my general takes damage, that card gains that much attack. So that's pretty handy. So he's moving his army closer and closer. I'm like, oh, this is bad, this is bad. But then, as you'll see, okay, now you got a range too. I'm like, oh my god, this is just ridiculous. I can't win this. We get closer. He takes out this guy. He doesn't take out my my Rancor. I think that's what it's called. My Rancor that gains attack when your general is attacked. So I'm like, I sack this here. Or I'll put that there, and then I stun everything around it. It doesn't stun the general, but it did stun like 4 of his monsters, so they can't really move or do anything. And I'm like, okay, I can win this. But then, in my hastiness, I forgot that he has that 49 guy who has 49 attack, and he's gonna keep growing. I'm like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. But I didn't give up yet. I'm like, okay, something crazy could happen. I could still win, possibly. So I'm trying to like do math in my head. I'm like, okay, what do I need here? Can I win? Can I win? I'm like, oh yes. Okay, so I just pop that out, power my general, and I get the EMP guy. I'm like, okay, this guy's gonna come in handy. That guy instantly dies because he took too much damage. And I'm like, okay, what can I do now? I still have a big chance. I was talking to this guy after the match. I'm like, hey, was there anything you could have done to win this? And I pointed out this point right here where he decided not to take out my EMP guy, but instead he tried to move him across the map. This is like straight out of Marvel. You know the Hulk? Like this EMP guy is the Hulk, and the Illuminati, you know, they sent the Hulk away thinking, hey, he's too powerful, he's too dangerous, can't be controlled. But the Hulk always comes back, and as you'll see in the final moments of this game, it's pretty cool. So I get my Provoke God, my big belly guy. I'm like, oh yeah, this guy's gonna save me. So at this point, we both have our skills on like 1 turn cooldown, so we keep powering up our generals. And then I have this Provoke guy, he's taking damage, but he gains attack when he's attacked, so it's like, you know, he did his job. But now I have another Provoke, and I have this Teleporter guy of my own. So I think I'm in a pretty good position now. So I Provoke him, so he can't move, and then I teleport the strongest guy away, so he can't really, you know, bother me too much. And then I take out one of his minions, because you don't want your enemy to have too many minions. So he powers up his general again, adds an artifact too, but you know, it's all mood at this point. I mean, it could come in handy, but I have this, and then I have this card which will come in handy. So I move closer to him. I attack his main, and I just run away, because you don't want to get, you know, like I said, you don't want to get too comfortable. You have to keep a certain amount of distance away. He pulled out that, I was like, oh my god, I can't win now. It was gonna be a longer game. But then I get this card, and I'm like, yes, I can survive the minion counter attack, and I can preserve my minion. So now it's looking like GG. Cause he couldn't pull anything now. He does have that Provoke, but you know, he's already GG because I can power up my general, and he could just take that out by himself. And also I got that card that I was waiting for, but you know, I get the airdrop instead. So the game's pretty much over. The goal of this is like not to get too comfortable, and like don't give up, because you never know what can happen at the end of the game. Like I never imagined I can get that comeback, and I just put the EMP card into the deck, which was like right before that match. I was looking through my deck and I was, hey, this EMP card could come in handy, could be pretty cool. But it does nullify everything, so even the general boost and your own minions as well. So yeah, it was pretty cool. That's why I like this game. Like the amount of comebacks and stuff you could do is just, it's real crazy. But yeah, let me know how you guys feel about this. I'm probably gonna do a lot of these in the future. A lot of these like battle compilations, or I'll put like 2 or 3 battles together and I'll like go over them and whatnot. And I'll probably be streaming Duelyst a lot because I'm like really into it. and this is what you're watching now is like the boss battles that they have. And I think they change it like every week or something, or it might be around maybe every week. I'm not sure, but yeah, this one was crazy. I ended up beating it, but it took me like 3 hours and like 20 tries because you have to do so many. Like when you get close, like they just pull out something that's insane, and the enemy AI just wins. It's crazy. So I'll probably be putting that up 2 or 3 days after this one. So yeah, let me know how you guys feel about this, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.